Valentine's Day is just around the corner, and so too maybe the slasher in this week's movie, Hard Eyes. So stay frosty, like Hicks said in Aliens, and nothing says we're not going to miss our 7 o'clock Valentine's dinner reservation, Mr. Serial Killer, quite like some romantic guns with high-capacity mags. So let's lock and load on this episode of Movies Merica Live.
In a world where the number of movies available is great, but many are so bad, you'll learn a new definition of hate. One man sifts and reviews through the movie sludge. One man will be the movie cop, jury, and judge. He goes by many names, but you know him by Movies Merica.
Hey, happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome to this latest episode of Movies Merica Live. As always, I'm your humble host, Van Eberts. And yes, I will be your companion in this Hard Eyes episode of Movies Merica Live, a spoiler-free review of Hard Eyes. Okay, so that's one of the latest latest releases at the box office this weekend right here. And also, it's your chance to live chat with me, or our chance to live chat with each other. I'm not trying to make it sound like it's some great honor, like you are privileged to breathe the same oxygen I do and live chat with me. No, we get to live chat with each other. So I am going to be tickled pink to live chat with you today here. And you can do that via Rumble or the Tube of Views or YouTube, all right? And chat with me about Hard Eyes or any horror movie you want. Hell, any movie that you want, all right? But before we get started on that here, I just want to welcome my movie maniacs and my fellow freedom-fueled film fanatics out there in Movies Merica land, all right? And I know they're going to be up in the live chat, and then you don't have to be in either of those two categories to live chat with me here, but it's very easy. And if you don't feel like you don't feel talkative, if you don't feel particularly chatty today, then just put a crap emoji in the live chat, or just say hi, and that's it. That's all you got to do right there. I know it's fantastic. And but we're gonna get into Hard Eyes, and this is a great movie here. And let's get into what I think is a movie that you should go see. I'm gonna say that right from the jump right there. And hey, we've got some poop emoji business already in the live chat right there. There you go. Yes, Lindy Rig 87. He's bringing the crap rap here up in Movies Merica Live here today. And welcome, Lindy Rig 87. Good to see you there. And that guy, he's a trooper. He's also got a show, if you check out Lindy Rig 87 on Rumble. And he just did a 5-hour marathon stream last night right there. So it's putting in some serious work, okay? I mean, it's we all sit on our asses, in a chair and talk about whatever and whatnot, but it's not as easy as it looks. I mean, come on, coal miners, you have nothing on us, right? So, yeah, who was that? I don't know, Lindy Rig 87 might know this, but I can't remember that. There was that live streamer that was on Twitch or something like that, and he was talking about like, oh, this live streaming is so hard. It's the hardest job. It's harder than being like an air traffic controller. So he was like making some totally, retarded comment about live streaming and all that stuff right there. And I was like, when I heard that, I was like,
you have smoked yourself retarded.
Exactly right there. So yeah, I'm sure Linda Rig 87 is right there with me. We recognize, all right, we just sit on our butts and talk about stuff. Our job is not as hard as coal mining or air traffic controller or anything like that. But anyway, let's get into some Hard Eyes right here. And Hard Eyes is directed by Josh Ruben, who actually, he's not just a director, he was an actor. He's mostly actually known as being an actor here. And in Hard Eyes are our rom-com slasher flick there. We have Olivia Holt, and she plays Allie. And then we have Mason Gooding, who is Cuba Gooding Jr.'s kid. He plays Jay. They are pretty much our main characters in this. And the plot of it is that there's somebody out there in the world that really doesn't like Valentine's Day for some reason, all right? And that person has a name, and it's the Heart Eyes Killer, or the Heart Eyes Killer. There we go. Just sounded funny the way I said that the first time. So, yeah, he's known as the Heart Eyes Killer, kind of like the Son of Sam, or Buffalo Bill, or serial killers. They get nicknames and that kind of thing. Well, this one is the Heart Eyes Killer, and he goes on murder streaks in different cities, like every Valentine's Day. So every city is like, ooh, is it going to be our city this Valentine's Day that the Heart Eyes Killer decides to start a murder spree in, and that kind of thing? And so Allie and Jay are two main characters. They are in Seattle. And then they learn a little bit into the movie, like, oh, the Heart Eyes Killer, he struck here in Seattle, and it's got all the makings, all the signs that it is a Heart Eyes Killer. And so everyone in Seattle's like freaking out, like, oh my God, the Heart Eyes Killer is here. And, it's Valentine's Day, and he's going to start killing all kinds of couples. And that's the Heart Eyes Killer's MO, is that he kills couples only on Valentine's Day. Okay, so if you're a single dude or single lady, you're good to go. Okay, but if you unfortunately believe in love and companionship, and you're in a couple, could be the order of the day for you right there. Okay, so they basically have a little meet cute at a coffee shop, and it's one of the ways that this movie kind of pokes fun at romantic comedies, but it's a romantic comedy and a slasher flick at the same time. And so it's taken on a couple of genres, and the big question is, can it pull it off, that kind of thing, right? So if you watch, romantic comedies, and you like, romantic comedies and that kind of thing, but in the back of your mind, you're thinking, you know what, I like, this romantic comedy I'm watching, but I wish we had more romantic comedies, maybe with names like Headless in Seattle, or Rotting Hill, or 500 Days of Slaughter, or maybe When Scary Met Gory, or How to Kill a Guy in 10 Days, Blood Actually, etc., right? You wanted, your romantic comedy there. You wanted your Tom Hanks and your Meg Ryan and your Matthew McConaughey and Kate Hudson and whoever, right? Who's it? Anyway, so you wanted your romantic comedy kind of mixed in with your Jason, your Michael Myers, your Freddy Krueger, your Chucky, all that stuff right there. And so to that point, though, I do have to give Heart Eyes its due. I have to give it its flowers. There are some decent kills in this, but it doesn't have as many kills as, say, a movie that was just a slasher flick only, and that's all it was. All right. But in spite of that, though, that being said, though, it still does not hold back on the carnage candy whatsoever. So fear not. It's not anything like where it's like Scary Movie or something like that, where it doesn't really delve into the bloody, gory, carnage candy kind of sort of things and that kind of thing. And it does bring that whatsoever. Okay, it's not half-assing any of that stuff right there. But I don't want to give the plot away. I mean, when you watch the movie and you walk out of the theaters, the end credits roll. And speaking of the end credits, there is a mid-end credits scene. So there's a scene right in the middle of the end credits. So don't leave. All right when you see the end credits roll, don't scurry into the bathroom. All right. So if you got to piss yourself, hey, do what you got to do. All right. So that you don't miss that scene in the middle of the end credits right there. But yeah, let's get more into Hard Eyes right there, because it deserves more of my time right there. And I have to say from the outset, Hard Eyes is sort of a not so goofy, scary movie like play on rom-coms, like I was kind of touching on a little bit ago here, or about a minute ago. I mean, it has like a funny, witty script. It's reminiscent of the comedy in An American Werewolf in London and Hot Fuzz, where you just got some some witty banter back and forth, going, just going back and forth smoothly between the characters, right? And like an American Werewolf in London and Hot Fuzz, both those movies, they have witty banter, but they also have good gore in it as well. They get pretty bloody. Those movies get pretty bloody as well. And so so like an example of the wittiness in this movie, you have like at the beginning of this movie, you have this guy and he's proposing to his girlfriend out at a vineyard, and he's hired a photographer to kind of hide out in the trees with his telephoto camera right there to shoot the whole proposal that he's doing out there with his girlfriend. And so you'll see that they've set up like all these flowers and this, this lattice kind of stuff and all this decoration to make it look all romantic, and they're waiting till sunset and that kind of thing. And so he proposes to his girlfriend, and then he gets a call on his phone, and it's the photographer saying he didn't get the proposal shot because of the bad sunlight there. And so at that, the groom-to-be scolds him and is like, "I will end you," on Yelp. So to which the photographer replies, "I'm not even on Yelp," before getting a rather invasive eye check from the Heart Eyes Killer. It's that kind of comedic back and forth between characters, okay? Basically, it's the humor in last year's Thanksgiving that came out to I guess last year, so 2024, right? Or that movie might have come out in 2023. I can't remember. But it's the humor in Thanksgiving turned up a little higher, all right? So, and due to this, if you just want a movie with absolutely nothing but cool kills, well, you won't be into this as much as others right there. I mean, because if you're unable to pick up on what this movie is doing, you also won't be into it whatsoever. Basically, it's lovingly taking all the tropes from rom-coms and putting them into a slasher movie blender and hitting frappe, okay? But in a loving way, so if that makes sense, all right? So if that does make sense, you will get it, okay? Now, if you're kind of a more literal person, you're like, well, I'm no nonsense. I don't want anybody screwing around with my slasher movies. I just want cool kills. That's it. Okay. If you're that person, you're not going to get this movie. You're not going to understand it. Okay. You're not going to get it. You're just going to walk out of the movie at the end of it just grumbling. Oh my God, it should have been like more kills. And I'm not very happy about it. Oh my God, what the hell? So now Josh Ruben, the director again, he doesn't hate rom-coms. I've seen him in at least one interview where he said he loves Sleepless in Seattle and Love Actually, et cetera, et cetera. So he's not doing this to show some Valentine's vindictiveness. And this is a great date movie because, believe me, your girl will be grabbing you in some scenes like Biden grabs some other men's wives at swearing-in ceremonies. So if you want that kind of reaction from your gal, then you should definitely check it out there. So, I mean, you will get that kind of reaction for sure. So, but real quick here, just to switch things up here and keep things spicy and all that stuff, I just wanted to let you guys know of our Till Death Podcast Network website there, which you see right above my head. It's kind of my chandelier for the show, tdpn.locals.com. And you should go there because it has all kinds of great content. Okay, it's got videos and blogs and articles and all kinds of stuff. That's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I don't count. Things at least that you should check out at tdpn.locals.com about movies, entertainment, cocktail recipes, politics, hot button sizzling topics of the day that everybody is talking about. So if you don't want to be like the one dumbass in your group of friends that don't know what they're talking about, well, go to tdpn.locals.com and get yourself informed, all right? Get educated at tdpn.locals.com. And as you see down below right there, if you put in promo code TDPN, you get 1 month free membership, all right? You get to be a VIP member, all right? You get the carte blanche, you get all access, all right? So you get to sit up in the tdpn.locals.com VIP lounge, like up in the balcony of the nightclub right there, looking down on all the peasants down there, and you get to yell like, I'm a VIP at tdpn.locals.com. You're not. I am. You suck. I rule. Okay. So if you want that advantageous position, well, then, yeah, just get to tdpn.locals.com right now. Put in promo code TDPN. And then when that 1 free month is up, all it is like a minimum of $3 to keep that VIP access right there and all your bragging rights, towards those peasants down there. All right. So there you go. And you will not be sorry. So get it done right now. And real quick, if you would, show some Valentine's love for this guy right here. And if you would hit that like button down there, I would appreciate it. Okay. Because that like button is just nagging me every week. Like, you need to get more people to click on me. All right. So to that end, pretty please, you would be saving me a lot of grief from the like button if you would just click on that like button down there. All right. That would be fantastic. And then while you're down there clicking buttons, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe or follow button down there as well, if you please. And then also hit the notification bell down there so that you hear a ding, 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 at least in your email, that lets you know of any new piping hot, sizzling fresh episodes of Movies Merica that are ready just for you right there, okay? And if you didn't have the opportunity to watch this episode live, like people are watching it live right now, say you're somebody watching this in like 5 years. Well, first off, how you doing? Thanks a lot for watching. And also, I just want to remind you that even though you didn't watch it live and you can't live chat with me, or you couldn't live chat with me, well, you can still keep the lines of communication open between me and you via the comments section down below right there. Don't you hate that you're trying to stifle a burp while you're trying to talk right there? Embarrassing, I tell you right there. All right. So, hey, how about some more hard eyes right there? All right. You're probably like saying, enough about the like button there. Tugboat? What the hell? That's the name of my dog. Wow. I must be losing it right there. I've got like my brain scrambled over here. But enough of that. More heart eyes, if we will. So I mentioned her earlier. So Olivia Holt as Allie is compelling and funny. And really, she reminds me of Sandra Bullock's character in another romantic comedy, The Proposal, The Hangover. Man, I gotta get my crap together today there. So yeah, in The Proposal, remember Sandra Bullock was in that with Ryan Reynolds. So Olivia Holt as Allie in Heart Eyes reminds me of Sandra Bullock's kind of stifled character in The Proposal, where Sandra Bullock, is this woman burying herself on her work, and she is way too uptight, right? And so Olivia Holt as Allie, she was a good sport because there are some not so flattering, funny moments for her characters. One in particular involving something that, let's just say, uses batteries and is typically in a woman's nightstand, all right? So, or in this case, on top of a woman's nightstand, all right? So you can all imagine what I'm referring to, and it's not a flashlight, all right? So, and, you like her more and more as the movie goes along, and she has to evade the killer, the heart eyes killer. And joining her in evading the killer, of course, is, like I said before, Mason Gooding's Jay character. And Gooding plays Jay a lot like Glenn Powell in Anyone But You, where, he's confident in his own skin, he's quick-witted, he's a down-to-earth guy who's just crazy for Allie, starting with their uber cliche meet cute at the coffee shop that we see towards the beginning of the movie. And I think Gooding actually could be right up there with Glenn Powell in the fight to be the next big movie star, if another big movie star being created is actually in the cards. I mean, we really don't have any big movie stars anymore, except for Tom Cruise, of course, but he he got his start back in the 80s, all right? So he's been a movie star for decades now. In Hard Eyes, we also get graced with the presence of a couple of horror movie legends playing supporting characters. So since ladies go first, we get Jordana Brewster from The Faculty and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning. I think that came out like in 2006. And then we also get Devon Sawa from Idle Hands, back in the 90s, and then the very first Final Destination movie where he was the guy that saw that the plane was going to blow up there. That's Devon Sawa. And then and one thing for me to let you know about is pay attention to their names. That is Jordana Brewster and Devon Sawa's characters. So pay attention to their names when they introduce themselves to Allie in a scene there. And you got to pay attention because it comes fast and furious. Okay. It really, really does there. So, all right. So right now, normally, just to give you a heads up, normally I would be doing my brew review time segment where I do review a beer, but I'm in the middle of this 75 hard fitness regimen or fitness program. And so one of the no-nos of the program is you can't have any booze. Okay. And last time I checked, beer, or I should say good beer, is considered booze. All right. It is in the booze category. So I have to abstain for probably about almost another couple months to this thing. So yes, I know it sucks. It very, very, very much sucks because I do love my brew right there, and I just missed that right there. I missed
drunk. You're drunk. Everybody's drunk.
I miss it so. All right. So, but hey, you got a deal, and it's all for a good cause right there. But what I can do right now is actually tell you about the Movies Merica merch. All right. The merch is back. All right. And you can get yourself some Movies Merica merch, like the Movies Merica t-shirt that you see up there at the top left. And then also you can get yourself other stuff like Movies Merica shot glasses or pint glasses, all of which I could fill a brew into, but I can't have a brew right now, and it's killing me. Hell, you can even get Movies Merica yoga pants. All right. So, but disclaimer, only buy those if you actually would look good in them. All right. So I don't need any Michelin man looking women to buy the Movies Merica yoga pants. And don't think I'm being cruel with that. All right. Because that I apply that rule to myself. I'm not about to go up there and buy some Movies Merica Speedos or a banana hammock right there because I'm not in shape to wear that either. Right now, even if I was in shape, if I was some like underwear model or something like that, that's not my bag, baby. I would not wear a Speedo. Okay, right there. But I hold myself to those same standards right there. Okay, so but I digest. Okay. But in order to get yourself some Movies Merica merch, we're making it very, very easy for you. Right, we're taking all excuses away from you. And the way that we're doing that is we're putting the Movies Merica merch link in the description. All right. So all you got to do is scroll down to the description area and click on that Movies Merica merch link, and you're good to go. All right. And so get in there and shop to your heart's content. Shop to your puke. All right. And then once you have everything that you want in the cart, then put in promo code MOVIES, and you're going to get free shipping. Yeah, all right. So yeah, take that, Bezos. Take that, all right? So you don't have to pay like 15 or 16 or whatever it is. I don't know what Amazon Prime is up to now, but you don't have to do that with Movies Merica merch. You just got to type in a word. All right, you just got to type in movies and get yourself some free shipping. So it's so sweet, so choice. Get it done right there. All right. So yeah, I mean, we're looking out for you guys because that's what we care about here, right? We care about you guys, care about you. And I do have some random thoughts about Hard Eyes as we get back into the subject of this episode. And one of the random thoughts I have is, to me, I thought Hard Eyes use of some mega popular can't get away from love songs was effective in that, at least to me, it spotlighted how cheesy the songs are. So songs like Amazed by Lone Star and This Year's Love by David Gray are used in Hard Eyes. And the gag reflex I felt before when you couldn't go to any wedding, like 10, 15 years ago without hearing one of these musical abominations did return, okay? Because remember, Amazed by Lone Star and that David Gray song, you have those periods of time where you get a love song that you go to weddings and you're like, oh my God, this wedding's going to use this cruddy, crappy, played out song, just like the wedding I went to last month. They're going to play it again, kind of like back in the 80s or something like that. You'd hear, The Rose by, Bette Midler all the time, or, you hear She's Like the Wind, by Patrick Swayze and Dirty Dancing. You hear all these cheesy, corny love songs. And so in Hard Eyes, they play Amazed by Lone Star and This Year's Love by David Gray, and which just got played ad nauseum at a lot of weddings for a lot of years there, about 10, 15 years ago, I remember. Now, when Amazed is used at the very beginning, at that vineyard proposal scene that I told you about earlier, I got the impression that director Josh Ruben used that there in particular in a mocking way towards the song, and I thought it was just genius. All right, so now I could be wrong about what his intentions were, but I like to, let me have my fantasies. All right, I like to pretend that he was mocking that corny, dripping with cheese song right there. That's what I think he was going for. I like to think that's what he was going for there. And another random thought was I did do some research and watched Thanksgiving, that movie from last year, Thanksgiving. I watched it again so I could compare that with Hard Eyes in regards to quality, okay? And I have to give Hard Eyes a slight win just because overall it does provide more of a profound experience overall than Thanksgiving. And Eli Roth's Turkey Terror flick last year, it's just too much like other horror movies based around a particular holiday, even though it is funny, and it does ultimately, to be fair, if you add everything up, it does provide more carnage than Hard Eyes, but it blends in too much with other movies, like I said, that are designed around holidays, like Silent Night, Deadly Night, and that kind of thing. So just all those, My Bloody Valentine. It's just a straight up, it's more of a straight up horror movie or a slasher flick than Hard Eyes. As Hard Eyes takes in, like, it takes in more of a challenge. It takes on more of a challenge right there, and I think it pulls it off. So it takes a bigger leap when it comes to courage and trying to really pull off something imaginative and all that stuff. So all of that right there. But those are my random thoughts right there. So about Hard Eyes. And right now, just allow me, I want to let you guys know about a sponsor, a fantastic sponsor that we have for this very show that you're watching right now. Okay, so if you enjoy, hearing about Hard Eyes and me going over it with my spoiler-free review, well, you can thank a great sponsor by the name of Flip City Magazine for helping me out and helping other Till Death Podcast Network shows out here with sponsoring this show. And you may be asking yourself, hey, Van, what is Flip City Magazine? Well, I shall tell you. So remember Mad Magazine and Crack Magazine? They're supposed to be funny. They're funny magazines, humor magazines back in the day. Well, not so much anymore. So unfortunately, they allowed themselves to get assimilated into the woke Borg, and they've lost their way, all right? But not Flip City Magazine. It's a funny magazine where priority number one is making you giggle, all right? But enough about hearing about that. For me, let's hear it straight from the source right there, all right? They say it much better than this guy.
I love Flip City. It has brought new types of badassery and integrity to the print medium.
Genuinely cutting, but also funny, and obviously just chaotic and very fun.
Yo, all right. So grab yourself some Flip City, because if you haven't already got a Flip City subscription, I'm sure after all that right there, I'm sure you are just chomping at the bit. All right. You are giddy with delight to grab yourself a Flip City subscription. And hey, even if you have a subscription, hey, get one for a loved one or something like that. Again, Valentine's Day is coming up here, and nothing will get you sleeping on the couch faster. Nothing says I love you, honey, better than a Flip City magazine subscription. All right. So, and as you see down below, if you put in promo code movies, you're going to get 10% off your order of the best non-woke comic around there. All right. So, and we're making it very easy for you, because the Flip City link is in the description down below. All right. So just click on that. Get your subscription with your promo code movies for 10% off your order. And just continue on whistling throughout the rest of your day, because you're so happy that you got yourself a Flip City subscription right there. And you know what? I'm not asking you to do anything that I wouldn't do myself, because I've got some Flip City right here. If I can get that up there. There we go. Flip City magazine. Look at that. It looks so good. All right. So check that out. Get your hands on that today, everybody. Yes, there you go. All right. So like I said, don't hesitate. Don't do it. Don't hesitate. Get it done right there, right now. Okay. So, and real quick, just to remind you here, as always, I'm going to have my Movies Merica spoiler warning show on this Thursday night, where, again, I will be talking about Heart Eyes, but I will be talking about it all spoilery. All right. I'm going to be getting very spoilery with Heart Eyes right there, because this is the spoiler-free show right here, which is meant to either persuade you to go see a movie or warn you about not spending your hard-earned dollars on a piece of crap movie. All right. But this movie, I would spend your hard-earned dollars going to the theaters to check out Heart Eyes right here, because we need to support movies that aren't part of like a big IP like Marvel or DCU or DCEU or DC Talk or DC Cab or whatever they're calling themselves nowadays, or Star Wars or Star Trek. There are good movies in those IPs that you should go see and whatnot, but also just so we're not stuck with nothing but that crud or nothing but those movies. I shouldn't say crud, because again, like I said, there are some good movies in that right there. But you want a little variety sometimes, right? You want something different. And the only way we get that is rewarding original movies by going to see them at the theaters, to send a message to the studios like, hey, I don't always want Iron Man. I don't always want Star Trek 53. I don't always want Star Wars, the Phantom butt plug. I don't always want that. I don't always want something that's born of a big famous IP. I want something original to tantalize me, to surprise me, and all that stuff. And so Heart Eyes is one of those movies that that you can consider to be original and fresh and all that stuff. So it's not good enough to watch it on streaming or anything like that, because then they'll just release it on streaming and they won't release it in theaters where you can go see a fun movie like Heart Eyes with a crowd. And Heart Eyes is a great movie to go watch with an audience, with a crowd, because it's a very crowd-pleasing movie. It's got a lot of great, funny moments, a lot of cool, bloody moments as well, where you're getting together and you're like, oh my God, all together as one happy, excited, tantalized group of people in a theater right there. You don't get that from watching some movie on Hulu, or Netflix or something. You don't get that, right? You don't get that same fun community experience from that right there. So anyway, that's my spiel right there. All right. So, but all that to say is, yes, I do have my Movies Merica spoiler warning show this Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central, 5 Mountain, and 4 Pacific. And you can live chat with me, or we can live chat each other on that show there as well. Pardon me, I'm going to stifle a burp there again. Man, I don't know what's going on with me today. But yeah, and you know what? Just like with this show, go ahead and send the link to that show and this show to anybody that you even remotely suspect would be interested in this show right there. Because, you know, I know there's a crap ton of movie review shows on YouTube and Rumble and all that stuff, but very few of them give you the opportunity to live chat with the host right then and there, okay, about the movie, okay? So on this show, you can live chat with me in a spoiler-free fashion, like, hey, you know, Van, does it have this? Does it have that? Can I take my kids to go see this movie? Can I not? All that stuff. You can live chat with me and find that out. Or if you've seen the movie, you know, you can tell me, hey, you know, Van, I like this scene right here. Did you like that scene? Like, most movie review shows are all pre-recorded. You don't get that opportunity whatsoever. And then also the show on Thursday night gives that same live opportunity right there. So there you go. I got my good buddy Professor Savage Dad here on the show, and I do like how he thinks right there, saying this is better than the Super Bowl, hands down. Yeah, you know it right there. So yes, it's it's definitely better than the Super Bowl right now, because Super Bowl isn't on quite yet right there. So it's definitely kicking the Super Bowl's ass right now. There you go. So and yeah, Professor Evans' dad goes on to Van, can we let Ian watch this movie? I am on the fence right there. Well, you know what? Yeah, it's, you know, Ian, you know, unless Ian is delicate and fragile about blood and guts and all that stuff, which I suspect he is not, I don't think that he should watch this movie, or I think he can watch this movie. So, but yes, it does have some good carnage candy in it, but I think Ian should go to the theater and watch this, okay, like on a Friday night or Saturday night. I think he should take Jen to this, okay, because he would have Jen jumping in his lap, so he probably would have Jen jumping in his lap anyway. But hey, you know, this is a way that he can have a movie provoke that kind of action or reaction from Jen right there. It'd be a very good, and that goes for all the fellas. Like I said before, you know, if you want your girl grabbing you like Biden grabs other men's wives during a swearing-in ceremony, this is the movie right here for that. So got to love it there. And what do we got here from PSD? I would watch this later over the Super Bowl. I don't want to sit there and watch the Chiefs underachieve their way to yet another victory this season there. Yeah, I know it's you know, we've got the Chiefs, we've got the Eagles going on tonight, not to time this show here or anything like that. But yeah, that is tonight. We'll see, you know, but that's why I like about this show is I figured it would give everyone like a 30-ish minute break from all the Super Bowl coverage where you've got, you know, 513 talking heads all basically giving the exact same forecast and breakdown of how the Super Bowl is going to go and that kind of thing. And so it's like, because the Super Bowl used to be my religion. Like NFL used to be my religion. I don't watch the NFL anymore because it's basically the BLM. It's not the NFL. It's a BLM now. There, maybe that might change in the future, and I'll go back. But for right now, yeah, it's the BLM. But before it became the BLM, yeah, the NFL was my religion. Football was my religion, and so I could. But it hasn't been so long where where I've forgotten that when you watch Super Bowl coverage for the whole week for Super Bowl week. When you distill it down, it's pretty much like everybody's given the exact same breakdown of what's going to happen in the Super Bowl and the breakdowns of the lineups or the teams, the rosters, all that stuff. So this show is a perfect show if you want to break from that, you know, same information being put out there ad nauseum, but just by different talking heads. Movies Merica Live right here is your break from that. But hey, Professor Savage Ed, good to see you. Welcome to the show. Good to see you here joining the show right there. All right. So back to Hard Eyes. And with every Movies Merica Live episode, I always like to give everyone a heads up as to whether a movie is a woke after school special. Because remember, you know, back in the day where you had these after school specials, you'd come home after school, all right, and you'd have these very corny, cheesy after school specials warning kids about, hey, this is what you're supposed to do when you get that this kid offering you a cigarette, or this is what you should do when someone wants to drink and drive and they're telling you to get in the car, like all these after school specials like that. Well, in the last 10, 15 years or so, we've had movies where they have put entertainment as priority number 27 and preaching to you about how to be woke as priority number 1. And when that's the case, I call those movies, I don't call them movies, I call them woke after school specials. And so I like to warn people, is the movie I'm talking about this week a woke after school special and not a movie? Well, how does Hard Eyes rate in regards to that? Hard Eyes is not woke at all, okay? So director Josh Ruben, I should say, he just wants to entertain, not preach, and we're all the luckier for it. Hard Eyes knows its role and shuts its woke hole and does so in an impressively fun and bloody way, all right? And fear not, moviegoer, for you are safe. You are safe partying with your hard-earned cash to see this movie without the unholy scourge of woke being forced down your throat. So I give this my no woke after school special guarantee, and you can take that to the bank, all right? So, or if you're the Coen brothers, if this movie is a woke after school special, then my name ain't Nathan Arizona. Okay, so there we go. So Raising Arizona fans will know what I'm talking about right there. So yeah, and hey, Christian Toto, if you're watching, I know Raising Arizona is one of your favorite movies right here. Christian Toto was a guest before on my show. He knows what I'm talking about with that Nathan Arizona quote right there. Okay. So, all right, no good way to segue to this. So I'm just gonna say it. If you appreciate what I'm doing here enough to, throw a little cash my way, a little moolah, well, by all means, you can definitely do that. We have a way for you to do that. And if you are checking me out on Rumble, you can do that via what is called a Rumble rant, okay? So the way you do that, way you give me a little money via a Rumble rant, is down by where you type in your live chat. You can click on the button with a $ sign on it, and it'll just ask you how much you want to throw my way, or $1 or $2 or $3 or 100 or whatever, okay? The sky's the limit, and I just got to put in what amount you want to throw my way, and that's it. Very easy, okay? Now, if you want to throw a little money my way and you're watching me on YouTube, well, you can do that via what they call a super chat, okay? And it works very much the same way. Down by where you type in your live chat message, just click on the button with that $1 bill on it, and it'll just ask you, just like it does on Rumble, how much you want to throw my way. Just put in that number right there, and very easy. That's all there is to it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy right there, okay? And again, don't feel like you have to. Only do it if you really want to, if you really appreciate what I'm doing. I'm not one of those guys that guilt trips people into doing that if they're watching my show. Really, when it comes down to it, I just appreciate you guys watching the show, all right? Though, whether you're watching it live or, in the future, at the recording of it. You know what I appreciate even more than that? I appreciate it if you are able to, if you're able to get into the live chat, live chat with me, if you do at least like what Lindy Rig 87 did, and you put a poop emoji in there, all right? So you don't have to get Chatty Cathy in the live chat, all right? You don't have to put War and Peace or type in a Stephen King novel in the live chat. You can be very, very stoic and succinct. How do you say that? Succinct? Man, say that 7 times real fast. Succinct in the live chat, by simply going, hi. Or, hey, yeah, you can do like one of my good buddy, Beyond Formal, he just says, hey, there you go, Beyond Formal, you got it. Exactly right there. Because I appreciate you guys in the live chat, whether you just say hi or hey, or if you type in, 7 paragraphs of stuff right there. And Beyond Formal, yes, exactly. There you go. He's got it right there. Yep, he's feeling me. He's feeling me. Feeling me with the old, he's got the crap going on. There you go, exactly. And this is a show, we take crap here. There you go. Particularly in the live chat. We do take crap. All right, so there you go. But my final thoughts on Hard Eyes right there is when you boil it down, this is a movie that deserves you going to the theaters to go see it. Now, don't bring the kiddies, don't bring the urchins, okay? Don't scar your kids for life by bringing them to Hard Eyes. All right, it earns its R rating. It is a hard R. It's got some very creative, brutal kills, very bloody. Okay, now one in particular, it's really, really messed up in that it's really bloody. It's very ingenious, but they use it as like this bonding, loving moment between Allie and Jay. Well, they gotta pull out this instrument of death out of somebody. I'll just put that there, and it's gross and it's disgusting, but they play it up as a romantic moment, like we're bonding, that kind of thing. We're building chemistry over this very grotesque moment right there. So gotta love it there. And Beyond Formal, I heard Lindy is going to wear that mask in June. Exactly, and I hear that's all he's going to wear right there. Exactly, when he's marching out there in that parade where the messed up parents bring their kids out there. There you go. And hard R. Oh yes, very much so. Very hard R right there. That is very. It earns it right there. Absolutely right there. It's a hard R right there. Right there. Like
You have smoked yourself retarded.
there you go. That kind of, well, not that kind of hard R, but hard R as far as, Carnage Candy and all that stuff right there. But yeah, get out there, check out some Hard Eyes at the theaters, and send the message to studios to produce more fantastic content like this that just provides that fun environment for, the whole community to get out to theaters and whatnot. And again, bring the missus, bring your significant other out there, that kind of thing. So Lindy Rig 87, if you want to go out there and I wouldn't recommend going out there with just that mask on right there, because you will be promptly escorted out of the theater and you will miss the experience right there. So, don't Winnie the Pooh it to the theater there. So don't do it. All right there. But we're getting ready to wrap up this episode of Movies Merica Live, to be honest with you guys. But again, just want to thank you guys for checking out the show here. And if there's anybody that you even remotely suspect would like to watch this episode or listen to it or whatever, go ahead and send them the link to this episode or the link to any of my previous episodes right there. Or hell, you can give them this link, solo.to/moviesmerica. And what that page is that's a page that just has all my links, all links that are Movies Merica, like my Facebook link, X link, Gab link, Rubble link, Sausage link. All right, so all kinds of links are right there at solo.to/Movies Merica, or you just give them the link to this show right there. That's a lot of usages of the word link right there. And Beyond Formal, I like the way you think right there. Exactly. You're going to send it to some horror buffs right there, because they'll definitely appreciate the heads up as to whether or not to go check out this movie right there. And also particularly, to know whether or not it is a woke after school special for sure right there. But all right, that's the show for today right there. And hey, enjoy Super Bowl, whatever. What is it? Super Bowl 817 tonight. Hopefully I provided a good break from all the Super Bowl coverage here as we go into that. But like I always say, get out there, people. Those movies aren't going to watch themselves. See ya. chase after me. They're coming after me, okay? But I got just enough time to ask you. Just like this video, if you would, and then subscribe to this channel, okay? I'm gonna be in handcuffs pretty soon. I gotta tell you. Hey, so before they haul me off, make sure you watch these videos over here, okay? And thanks for watching this video and the Till Death Podcast Network, okay? I gotta go.